Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to show you how to take some cornhole boards that are plain like this and turn them into something like this. So stay tuned. Alright, first off, there's going to be a few things you need. First of all, you're going to need some cornhole boards. So if you check the link down in the description below, it will take you to my video that shows you how to build the boards, so that way you can get to this step. Next thing you're going to need is a nice sharp razor blade, because you're going to have to cut down the edges and score it so you can get everything off. The other thing you're going to need, a little Bondo putty knife. That's what you're going to use for that. And then either a heat gun or a blow dryer. So you're going to need some vinyl. So where I get my vinyl from is from Etsy.com. I've gotten 2 sets from them, and they seem pretty good with everything they do, and pretty quick turnaround. We'll have everything within a week, and they have a lot of good options to choose from, so I would recommend going with them. Also, the adhesive that they put on it really does stick really good. It has a really good bond. It provides for a long life out of these vinyl boards. The only other thing is you're going to need some polyurethane to put on these edges right here, so that way, even though it has that adhesive on the back, you're still going to want something else to hold this stuff down, so that way it'll give it a good seal. And then you'll also put a little bit on the top and on the sides to protect this wood. So the next step is going to be take the cornhole board that you're going to be working with, put it on some horse saws. Once you get done with that, take your adhesive that you're going to be, the vinyl you're going to be putting down, set that on top of it. You're going to want to lay it all out to where you can ensure that it's going to be straight, line everything up with the hole properly, and then once you get done with that, put some masking tape on it. Once you do that, you're going to put masking tape just on the first half of it, so that way you can roll it over, etch the back, peel it off, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But did you know that 97% of you that are watching this video are not subscribed to this channel? So if you could, down below, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell for more videos like this. So what you're going to want to do is ensure that both sides have an even amount on each side, on each of the sides, and then long ways also, so that way you can ensure that you're going to have a nice good run of it. Also, you're going to want to, for a design like this where it gets smaller up towards the holes, you're going to want to go ahead, take your fingers, kind of push down on it a little bit to see where it is, to make sure you have an even amount on each side of the hole. So once you get it all lined up the way you want, go ahead, put 3 pieces of masking tape up on the front of the board to hold it in place. After that, we're going to come down here, peel it up, and then we're going to take right about the halfway mark, and we're going to take our razor blade and we're just going to score just this paper right here, so we can pull the paper off and then lay this half down. Then we can pull the masking tape off the front and pull that back off and then lay it down. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how we do it. So with it all pulled up, I'm just going to take the razor blade and we're just going to take it and score this paper. Now one thing you're going to want to remember is don't push down too hard, because then you'll go right through the vinyl. You don't want to do that. Then you're going to have to buy new vinyl. Alright, so now we got half of it peeled up. So we're just going to take that half, grab it by the top 2 corners, and then just pull it all the way down, ensuring that we're putting it on flat and nice and even on each side. And then go ahead and lay it in place. And then we'll just roll it just like that so it holds where it's at. But then also, by doing this, it's not permanent. You can still pull it back up if you need to. So now that we've got both sides laid out on the adhesive side, we're just going to take our Bondo knife here, and we're just going to run this across it, just like that, across the whole board, just to help it sit down a little bit better. And then after that, we're going to get into the heat process. So now that we ran over it with the Bondo knife, now we're just going to take our hair dryer and we're going to turn it on high, and we're going to run it across the entire board. But we're going to do about sections at a time. So we'll do about 1/3 of the board at a time. Heat it up. What's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of air bubbles, but don't be afraid because they will lay right back down. So you're going to get the air bubbles up, keep heating it and keep heating it, but be careful not to burn through the vinyl. So you're going to want to heat it up, bubbles are going to form, and then they're going to lay back down. And then once you get done with that, go back over it with your Bondo knife again, and then after that it's going to be fully cured, because the way these things cure is with heat. So if you don't provide heat to it, it's not going to cure. So once you're all done applying heat to the board and then you already sponged it all out, next step is going to be to find the hole. So as you can see, it makes a little bit of a noise there. Take your razor blade, put it in there, cut it from one side to the other, and make kind of like a 4 sections of pie out of it right there. And then next thing you're going to do, take your razor blade and you're going to trim off all these edges. So what you're going to do is run it kind of at like a 45-degree angle along the edge of the board, and then that's just going to cut it all off. And then I'll show you guys what we're going to do after that. So now we got it all worked out. Everything's all, the edges are all trimmed up. The hole's all trimmed out. Now, the next step is just going to be take some polyurethane. This is what I got, and I recommend it. It's pretty good. It's a triple thick, and it goes on super thick, but you can also put it on very light if you want to. Just let it heat up, and it'll be good to go. You can just put 1 coat of that on there, and you're good to go. Now, the reason for that is, since we trim these edges, you're going to want to put some poly on these edges so that way it'll assist in holding it down, so it'll be like a full coverage. And then also you're going to want to put it on this wood so that way it's going to protect this wood from the elements. And then you go ahead and take just a little brush or whatever you got and just put a little bit on the top if you want to. Now that's for the boards. You can buy these with a clear coat or without a clear coat. I get the ones with the clear coat just because it makes it easier. I don't have to put anything on top to make it shiny. It's already shiny. So I don't have to put poly on top, but I do recommend putting some poly on the edges and on the wood to protect it from the elements in case somebody leaves it outside. Now, the only other thing that I'm going to recommend, and it's just personal preference because it's so hot here, we might as well do it. I let the board sit outside for at least 2 hours during like the middle of the day when it's 90 degrees outside, because then it's really going to get that heat bond between the adhesive and the wood. That's just me. I like to do that. Now during the winter months I'll just put more heat on it, and that's about it. But if I leave it outside for a couple hours, just let it, you know, get nice and hot in the sun, and then go ahead and run that putty knife across it one last time, and then seal it up with polyurethane, and then you have some super sick boards that nobody else has. So like I said at the beginning of the video, don't forget to go right down there, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications of more videos coming to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.